disheartening thing that guys do when you can tell that they don't find you attractive.
I could literally write a book about this, but one of my personal favorites is whenever you're standing in a group and it's like guys and girls, like my friend group and then some random guys, you know what I mean? And the guys are super clued in on either one friend or all of my friends but me. And I've gotten really used to it. Seriously, super used to it. It still hurts though, but there's always that one guy that tries to play Mr. Nice Guy, and he'll turn to you for like 0.2 seconds. He's like, oh, hey, acting like I haven't been there for like the past 20 minutes of this conversation. And he'll say like one thing, and I'll be like, oh yeah, like try to talk to them, and then they just cut it out and like turn back to my friend. That is something that I still...
Okay, so I've been watching these videos and they break my heart, really. Every bitch is a bad bitch, unless you're a Trump supporter or a pick-me. Then you're musty, dusty, crusty. I don't care what you look like. But I'm gonna give my fellow girlies, my bessies, my girls, gays, and theys, I'm gonna give y'all some tips. Stuff to humble men, because that's my specialty. I have 2 degrees and I'm minored in humbling bitches. And by bitches, I mean men. Let's say you're chilling, right? You're with your girlies, some guy comes up, tries to ruin your fucking time, like they always do. They're targeting one bitch in your circle, and then they're trying to ignore the rest of you, negging, right? Or they're just being fucking rude. No matter what you look like, do this. Guys over here, your friends right here. That's it. No words necessary. Maybe throw a giggle in. That's it. That's it. Y'all are bad bitches.
When they don't make sure you get home safely. Before I start this story, I'm gonna let you know right now, I know I'm a bad bitch. I'm fucking pretty as shit. My confidence, boom, boom, boom. However, I went to a PWI, and as a black person going to a PWI, a predominantly white institution, there are fucking days you will doubt yourself. On the rare occasions that I went to the white bar with a white friend that I met in class, and rare is in all caps, I would be the outsider. Whatever, I'm here for the cheap drink specials, whatever, I'm gonna drink and just chill and laugh, and it feels good not to be just trapped in my thoughts. However, one night, it was like a night where everybody was kind of pairing off. If you ever been in a situation where like an even amount of girls have been invited out, an even amount of guys, and there were 2 white guys left in me, they were not looking at me, bro. And I tell you, they were like, we had been talking the whole night until they realized everybody was pairing off, and then I was invisible. So I noticed they were starting to leave, and like I was gonna leave anyway too. One looks at me and literally was like, you'll get home safely, right? And dips.
I have so many stories from when I lived with 2 sorority girls. It's ridiculous. But my favorite was when we would go out to bars together. And, they were 2 very skinny, beautiful sorority girls. So guys would approach them and offer to buy everyone shots. But I forgot that since I was the ugly fat friend who was just there for comedic support, that didn't include me. And it was so funny to me when my friends would point it out and be like, hey, are you not going to buy her a shot? Just the look of absolute disgust and annoyance that ascended onto these men's faces. They wished I was never born. It was hilarious. Like, babe, do you think that you're doing me a favor because you're buying me a $5 shot? Men truly only treat women like human beings if they find them attractive. That's it.
This was literally made for me. But the worst one was when I had a boyfriend and he just joined a frat, and it was a costume party for Halloween, and I didn't have a slutty costume on. There was just like a couple of girls with really slutty costumes on, and he was trying to introduce me to all of his bigs, all the older guys at the frat, and like none of them would give me the time of day or like literally talk to me or look in my direction, and he was picking up on that, and he just realized that like I guess I'm ugly, and my coping mechanism for the night was getting blasted drunk, like so drunk. It literally got to the point where he took me home early. And the dude literally ghosted me a week later.
Okay, first of all, I want to say that every single girl under the sun is absolutely beautiful and you guys deserve the motherfucking world. But this is my least favorite thing that guys do. Every guy group has their range from like the most attractive guy in the group to like the guy who's like the butt of the joke, doesn't really get girls, the guys make fun of him for it, and they normally laugh at the girls that he gets. And now I have a little flex. Really beautiful friends. Absolutely stunningly beautiful friends. So now anytime we go out in public to like restaurants, bars, clubs, whatever it is, they always get the most attractive ones of the group, which is, I'm so happy for them. Fantastic. Which means I always end up with the guy who's like the butt of the joke, which is fine because that guy's normally pretty cool. But then whenever you're alone, the attractive guys in the group will come up to you and make fun of you for talking to him and make fun of him for talking to you. And you can tell that they think you guys are both the ugliest there.
It's hard.
So I was hanging out with this group of guys and I quickly realized that they didn't find me attractive, which is totally fine, and I didn't find them attractive, so it was fine. But I knew this because they were like, hey, do you want to go play volleyball? And I was like, sure, I love volleyball, but it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And so then we drove, 2-3 hours to get to the volleyball court. And when we got there, they were like, start digging. And I was like, okay, normal. So I started digging and they were like, nope, keep digging. And I just kept digging, and then they were helping, which was really nice of them. And then they were like, we're not going to stop until we get to the other side of the earth, because that's like how you start a volleyball game. And I was like, I know, but like I don't really have time for this, I have class in the morning. And they were like, oh no, this is part of class, you're going to be graded on this. And I was like, oh shit, I totally forgot that this was part of the assignment that was due like 3 weeks ago, and I had completely forgotten. I was like, why do I always let this shit slip my fucking mind? And it was hard.
I want to talk about this, but in fact, let's get into it. Now, I'm a baddie, so obviously all my friends are going to be baddies too. But they tend to end up being smaller baddies, which means I end up being the biggest baddie in the room usually. This dynamic has caused for a lot of awkward situations, and sometimes they're a little hurtful. I've been told that I'm pretty in the face. There have been times where I've seen men looking at me, but yet they walk up to my friend. I think the most hurtful example is this one. I got a dope ass personality. If we're hanging out places or kickbacks, bars, whatever, it's easy for me to become the life of the party because of my personality. There have been so many times where I'm talking and mingling with attractive men and we're getting along really well, we're laughing and joking, and I'm thinking something's about to pop off, all for them to ask for my friend's number because they're comfortable with me enough to now ask.
Start.
I don't know if I'm considered conventionally unattractive, but I do know that I'm a black girl in Nebraska, and so that makes me conventionally unattractive. The guys in Nebraska make it known from the start whether or not they like black girls. I've been in normal conversations with guys, just casual, and then they'll be like, just so you know, I don't like black girls. As if I would talk to them in the first place. One time I was out with my friend and she was talking to this guy that she knew, and this guy had 2 friends, and I got to walk away because I could tell his friends like weren't really vibing, and they started following me around and making monkey noises the whole night. On the bright side though, I never have to guess if a guy likes me or not.
I would always get compliments on my body, but never my face. When prom and like dances and shit came around, nobody ever asked me, ever. I went to prom with a friend of mine, and even then he didn't ask me. We just both didn't have nobody to go with. For the most part, I only get complimented by men when I'm dressed up or when they see my body, and it really used to fuck with me. And honestly, it really used to fuck with me mentally, bitch. I'm telling you, like.
Okay, so freshman year of high school, I was friends with all of like the popular like skinny girls or whatever, and all of them were like really good friends with the popular sophomore guys. And one time I was hanging out with like 2 of the girls, and like I didn't really know them that well. And I was kind of uncomfortable anyways, and we were like hanging out somewhere, and they were Snapchatting one of the sophomores, and he was like, what are you guys doing? Like, I'll come pick you up. And they're like, yeah, you can pick up the 3 of us. And he was like, who else are you with? And so they sent a picture of like the 3 of us, like including me. And he was like, I'm not picking her up. Like, I'll pick you 2 up, but I'm not picking her up. And they were like, come on, Olivia, like once he comes, like you can just get in his car and like he won't care. And he was being like, no, like I will not, like just the 2 of you. And I didn't know what to do. I was like, should I just go home? Like, oh my god, it was so embarrassing at the time.
If you was ever the person that used to say like, oh, you got a crush on this girl, or oh, this girl likes you, like as a joke, and you and your friends used to laugh about that, I want you to know that your day of judgment is coming. Yes, and you will answer to God for your crimes.
So you're ugly. I mean, that's what you just said. Now, I don't think that, and let me explain why this is an important moment. I got tagged in this video a bunch, and what she says is completely valid. I stand with her, and the shit that she dealt with is not fucking cool. But I don't think she's conventionally unattractive, and I bet a lot of you don't also. but I bet a lot of you think that you're not as beautiful as you are as well. And that's the bullshit of the patriarchal male gaze making you feel less than anything but amazing and beautiful, which you are. I don't know who told you you weren't once, but let that shit fucking go. Some toolbag's opinion of you is not your reality. But the more that we say these kind of things out loud, the more we make that our reality. Your language is your reality. You perpetuate what you say. Ditch the negative self-talk and watch how many things start to change in your life.
If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. And subscribe. We publish new videos every day.